What if I told you that one of the most talked about drugs in the world is changing millions of lives, but not always in the way people expected? Celebrities are using it, influencers are promoting it, doctors are prescribing it, and social media is obsessed with it. The drug is called Ozempic. To some people, it's a miracle injection that finally helps them lose weight after years of struggling. To others, it's a dangerous shortcut with consequences nobody talks about. But behind the headlines, viral TikToks, and dramatic before and after photos lies a much more complicated story. A story involving billions of dollars, massive pharmaceutical companies, unexpected side effects, shortages for diabetes patients, and a growing debate about whether we're witnessing a medical revolution or creating a health problem of our own. Before we talk about the controversy, we need to understand what Ozempic actually is. Ozempic is the brand name for a medication called semaglutide. It was originally developed to help people with type 2 diabetes manage their blood sugar levels. The medication works by mimicking a hormone naturally found in the body called GLP-1. This hormone helps regulate blood sugar, slows down digestion, and sends signals to the brain that make people feel full. In simple terms, Ozempic makes people eat less. Much less. Many users report feeling satisfied after eating only a fraction of what they normally would. For someone struggling with obesity, this can feel life-changing. And that's exactly what happened. Doctors began noticing that patients taking Ozempic weren't just controlling their blood sugar. They were losing significant amounts of weight. Soon, researchers started studying semaglutide specifically for weight loss. The results shocked the medical world. Some people lost 10%, 15%, or even more of their body weight. For comparison, many traditional diets failed to produce even half those results over the long term. Suddenly, a diabetes drug became one of the hottest weight loss medications in history, and that's when everything changed. For decades, the weight loss industry promised quick fixes. Fat-burning pills, detox teas, extreme diets. Most failed. Then, Ozempic arrived. Unlike many previous weight loss products, this one actually worked. Word spread quickly. At first, the attention came from medical communities. Then celebrities got involved. Soon rumors started circulating that Hollywood stars, influencers, and wealthy executives were using Ozempic to stay thin. Whether every rumor was true didn't matter. Public perception had already changed. People saw dramatic transformations online. Weight loss journeys that once took years suddenly appeared possible in months. Demand exploded. Doctors' offices became flooded with requests. Social media platforms filled with Ozempic content. The hashtag generated billions of views. People who had never heard of semaglutide suddenly wanted prescriptions, and many didn't even have diabetes. This created an unexpected problem. The people the drug was originally designed for started having trouble finding it. Patients with type 2 diabetes reported shortages. Pharmacies ran out of stock. Some diabetic patients were forced to switch medications because demand from weight loss users had become so high. What started as a medical breakthrough was quickly turning into a global phenomenon. To understand why Ozempic became so popular, you need to understand the reality of obesity. Many people spend years trying to lose weight. They count calories, exercise regularly, follow diets, and still struggle. For these individuals, Ozempic can feel like freedom. Many users describe a dramatic reduction in food cravings. Some report that constant thoughts about food simply disappear. Others say they finally feel in control around snacks and unhealthy meals. Imagine spending years battling hunger and suddenly feeling satisfied after a normal-sized meal. That's the experience many users describe. Weight loss often follows. Blood pressure may improve. Blood sugar can stabilize. Some people become more active. Others gain confidence. For certain patients, the benefits can genuinely be life-changing. This is important to acknowledge because discussions about Ozempic often become extremely polarized. Some people call it a miracle. Others call it dangerous. The reality is somewhere in the middle. Ozempic has helped many people improve their health, but that doesn't mean it's without risks. And that's where the uncomfortable truth begins. Social media loves before and after photos. What it doesn't love is discussing unpleasant side effects. One of the most common complaints among Ozempic users is nausea. Some people experience mild discomfort. Others experience severe nausea that interferes with daily life. Then there's vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, bloating, fatigue. Digestive problems can become significant. For some users, the side effects eventually improve. For others, they remain a constant challenge. And because Ozempic slows digestion, food stays in the stomach longer than normal. While this helps people feel full, it can also create uncomfortable symptoms. Imagine eating a meal and feeling like it sits in your stomach for hours. For some users, that's exactly what happens. But the conversation doesn't stop there. Reports of more serious complications have raised concerns among doctors and researchers. While rare, some patients have experienced severe gastrointestinal issues. Others have reported gallbladder problems. There have even been concerns regarding pancreatitis. Again, these complications are not common, but they're real. And they rarely appear in glamorous social media transformations. One of the strangest controversies surrounding Ozempic is something now known as Ozempic face. The term became popular online as doctors noticed a trend. People were losing weight rapidly, but their faces were changing too. When someone loses a significant amount of weight quickly, they often lose facial fat. This can make the face appear older. Cheeks may become hollow. Wrinkles can become more noticeable. Skin may appear less firm. The medication itself isn't directly causing facial aging. The issue comes from rapid weight loss. Yet many users were surprised by these changes. After all, most people focus on becoming slimmer. Few think about how losing fat might affect facial appearance. Some cosmetic clinics even reported increased demand for fillers and facial treatments from patients who had lost weight using Ozempic. In a strange twist, people were losing weight successfully, but then spending money trying to restore volume to their faces. It's a reminder that every major physical transformation comes with trade-offs, and not all of them are obvious. Whenever a product becomes incredibly popular, money follows. Lots of money. The company behind Ozempic became one of the most valuable pharmaceutical companies in the world. Revenue surged, investors celebrated, stock prices climbed. Entire economies felt the impact. Demand for weight loss medications became so large that analysts began comparing the market opportunity to some of the biggest pharmaceutical successes in history. Billions became tens of billions, then hundreds of billions. This raises an important question. When massive amounts of money are involved, how do we separate medical science from marketing? The pharmaceutical industry develops life-changing treatments, but it's also a business. Businesses are designed to generate profits. That's not necessarily bad, but it does mean consumers should remain informed. Whenever a medication becomes culturally popular, hype can sometimes move faster than science. And that's exactly what happened with Ozempic. Perhaps the most uncomfortable conversation isn't about side effects, it's about psychology. For decades, society told people that weight loss was simply a matter of discipline. Eat less, move more, have stronger willpower. Ozempic challenges that narrative. If a medication can dramatically reduce hunger and food cravings, what does that say about obesity? Maybe obesity isn't just about discipline. Maybe biology plays a much larger role than many people assumed. This realization is changing how doctors think about weight management, but it also creates new questions. If people rely on medication to control appetite, what happens when they stop? Will old habits return? Will weight come back? These questions lead us to one of Ozempic's biggest challenges. Here's something many people don't realize. For many users, Ozempic works while they're taking it. The real test begins when they stop. Research suggests that many individuals regain a significant portion of lost weight after discontinuing treatment. Why? Because the biological effects disappear. Hunger often returns. Appetite increases. Cravings may come back. The body starts functioning as it did before. This creates a difficult reality. Some patients may need long-term treatment to maintain results. Potentially years, maybe even longer. For some people, that's perfectly acceptable. Others are uncomfortable with the idea. Imagine losing 50 pounds and realizing you might need ongoing medication to keep it off. That's a major commitment, financially, physically, and psychologically. Another uncomfortable truth is affordability. Ozempic isn't cheap. In many countries, monthly treatment can cost hundreds of dollars, sometimes more. Insurance coverage varies. Some patients qualify, others don't. This creates inequality. People with financial resources may access treatment more easily. Those without resources may struggle. As demand grows, questions about healthcare access become increasingly important. Should effective weight loss medications be widely covered? Who should qualify? How do healthcare systems balance costs? These aren't easy questions, but they matter because obesity affects hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Social media transformed Ozempic from a prescription medication into a cultural phenomenon. Platforms became filled with transformation videos, success stories, weight loss updates, celebrity rumors, and endless opinions. The problem is that social media rewards extremes. A dramatic transformation goes viral. A balanced discussion rarely does. As a result, many people see only two narratives: Ozempic is a miracle, or Ozempic is a disaster. Neither perspective tells the full story. The truth is more nuanced. The medication can help certain individuals tremendously. It can also produce side effects and challenges. Responsible medical decisions require more information than a 30-second video can provide. Unfortunately, social media often encourages emotional reactions instead of thoughtful analysis. Many experts believe medications like Ozempic represent only the beginning. New drugs are already being developed, some appear even more effective. Researchers are exploring combinations of hormones and treatments designed to improve results further. The future may include medications that help people lose even more weight with fewer side effects. If that happens, society could change dramatically. Healthcare costs might decrease. Rates of obesity-related diseases could fall. Millions of lives could improve. But new challenges would emerge as well. Questions about fairness, accessibility, long-term safety, and dependency. Technology often solves old problems while creating new ones. Weight loss medications may be no different. Perhaps the biggest lesson from Ozempic has nothing to do with Ozempic itself. It reveals how complicated human health really is. For years, many people believed obesity was simply a failure of self-control. Science increasingly suggests the story is much more complex. Genetics matter. Hormones matter. Environment matters. Psychology matters. Lifestyle matters. And biology matters. Ozempic didn't create this complexity. It exposed it. The medication forces society to reconsider assumptions that have existed for decades. And that's why the conversation is so emotional. It challenges deeply held beliefs about responsibility, health, and human behavior. So, what's the uncomfortable truth about Ozempic? It's not a miracle, and it's not a scam. It's something far more complicated. A powerful medical tool that can help many people. A medication with real benefits and real risks. A breakthrough that raises difficult questions about health, society, and the future of weight loss. For some patients, Ozempic may be life-changing. For others, it may not be worth the side effects, costs, or long-term commitment. The most important thing is understanding the full picture, not just the viral success stories. Because behind every medical revolution lies a reality that's often more complicated than the headlines suggest. And Ozempic might be one of the clearest examples of that in modern history. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Future Elite, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. Would you take Ozempic if it helped you lose weight? Or do the risks outweigh the rewards? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.